Hello and welcome. I'm Yuki. I grew up in Japan in a small home, and keeping a room clean was never a big project there. It was just something small you did, a little at a time, without thinking about it much. Today, I'd like to share how that works. How a room stays clean and organized almost on its own, from the ordinary habits I grew up with. None of this is about cleaning harder or buying clever boxes. It's simpler than that and gentler. I'll walk you through a handful of small habits, and you can borrow whichever ones you like. Let's begin. The first thing is when the cleaning actually happens. In Japan, it's usually a little every day, rather than one big cleanup saved for the weekend. Part of that starts young. In schools here, the children clean their own classrooms and hallways at the end of each day. There are no cleaners for it. So you grow up treating a small daily clean as just part of living somewhere. Wiping a surface, sweeping a floor, putting things straight before bed. The reason it works is simple. A room only gets truly messy when the cleaning is saved up. 10 minutes a day never lets it reach the point where you'd need a whole afternoon. Where I grew up, nobody really called this cleaning. It was just tidying as you went, the same way you'd rinse a cup after using it. Most mess isn't dirt, though. It's things without a place to go. So the next habit is giving everything a home. In a small Japanese house, this isn't really optional. When there isn't much room, every object has to have its own spot, or the place fills up fast. Your keys have a dish, the scissors go in one drawer, and nothing just floats. Once a thing has a home, tidying stops being a decision. You're not sorting or planning where anything goes. You're just putting things back where they already live, which takes seconds. If you try one thing from this, start with the items you drop the moment you walk in. Your keys, your bag, your phone. Give each of them one fixed place, and half the daily mess simply disappears. There's one part of the room that sets the tone for all the rest: the entrance. In Japan, we take our shoes off at the door and leave them in the little entry space, the genkan. The habit there is simple. The genkan stays clear. Shoes get lined up neatly or put away, and nothing is left to pile up at the doorway. It's the first thing you see coming in, and the last thing you pass going out. When the entrance is calm, the whole room feels calmer, and you're far less likely to start a pile that grows. Clutter has a way of beginning at the door and creeping inward. In my family, lining up your shoes was automatic. I still can't walk past a messy pair by the door without turning them straight. Here's the habit that changes how a room looks more than any other. You keep the flat surfaces clear: tables, counters, the top of a desk. These are where clutter lands first. In a traditional Japanese room, empty space is the whole idea. There's even a word for it: ma, the space between things. A room feels calm not because of what's in it, but because of what isn't. A clear surface is restful to look at, and much easier to keep clean when there's nothing to work around. The habit itself is small. At the end of the day, you clear the surfaces back to empty. Once you've lived with a clear tabletop for a while, a cluttered one starts to feel loud. You stop wanting to fill it. The plain truth is, the fewer things you own, the less there is to tidy. So the real fix often isn't organizing at all. It's owning a little less. In Japan, there's an idea called danshari. It means letting go of what you don't need and stepping back from always wanting more. It isn't about living with nothing. It's about not keeping things out of pure habit. A room with less in it almost keeps itself. There are fewer things to land on surfaces, fewer things to find homes for, less to clean around. Most organizing problems are really just too many things problems wearing a disguise. What's on your desk right now that you haven't touched in a month, that could quietly go somewhere else? And this last one ties all of it together. A short reset before bed. It's only a few minutes. You put things back in their homes, clear the surfaces, and straighten the room a little before you sleep. In a lot of Japanese homes, the futon itself is folded and put away each morning. So the room resets by design and turns back into open space during the day. The reason this one matters most is what it does to your mornings. You wake up to a room that's already calm instead of to yesterday's mess. A clean start costs about 5 minutes the night before. If you keep only one habit from this whole list, let it be this one. A short tidy before bed, every night, and the room never really gets the chance to become a mess. So that's how it's done, at least the way I grew up with it. A little cleaning every day, a home for everything, A clear entrance, clear surfaces, and a little less to look after. Then a few quiet minutes before bed to set it all straight. None of it is hard and none of it takes long. That's really why it lasts. A clean room where I grew up was never about working harder. It was small habits, repeated, until the room mostly took care of itself. You don't need to change everything tonight. Pick the one that sounded easiest and just start there. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.